You're sitting there scrolling, but you're not really looking at the screen, are you? You're thinking about that person. The one who made you feel small last week. The one who looked you in the eye, smiled, and then took exactly what you worked for. And the worst part isn't that they did it. The worst part is that you let them. You felt it in your gut, that cold, sinking feeling, and you ignored it because you wanted to be nice. You wanted to be the bigger person. But let's be honest, just between us. Being the bigger person is just a story you tell yourself to feel better about being a victim. You're tired of being a background character in your own life. You have a hunger inside you. A hunger for respect. A hunger for influence. A hunger to finally be the one who sees the move before it's made. I'm not here to judge that hunger. I'm here to feed it. I want you to do something for me right now. It's a small thing, but it's the start of your new life. If you are alone, I want you to sit up straight, shoulders back. Take a breath that fills your stomach, not just your chest. Feel the weight of your body. You are a physical force. Now keep listening. Don't look away. We're going to talk about the 4 cores. Not the fluff you find in textbooks. We're going to talk about the raw, dark mechanics of the human soul. These are the 4 pillars that the elite use to build empires and the broken use to destroy lives. Core 1. The Alchemy of Perception, the mirror of narcissism. Listen. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and the air just changes? They aren't necessarily the best looking or the richest. But they have this gravity. This is the first core, strategic narcissism. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about the person who takes too many selfies. I'm talking about the person who has mastered the art of being the sun in everyone else's solar system. The secret they don't want you to know is that most people are terrified of being wrong. They are so unsure of themselves that they are desperate for someone, anyone, to act like they know what they're doing. If you act like you are the most important person in the room, with a quiet, humble confidence, people will naturally start to orbit you. Machiavelli wrote about this hundreds of years ago. He said it's better to be feared than loved, but people forget the middle part. You must never be hated. The dark strategist uses the mirror. They look at you, they find what you are most insecure about, and then they reflect back a version of you that is perfect. They make you feel seen. Truly seen. And once you feel like they are the only person who understands your greatness, they own you. Ask yourself, who in your life makes you feel a little too perfect? Who agrees with everything you say? They aren't your friend. They are building a cage made of your own ego. Core 2, the silent architect, Machiavellian Maneuvering. Look at me. Have you ever felt like you were part of a plan you didn't agree to? That's the second core. It's the ability to move the pieces on the board without anyone realizing there's a game being played. This is Machiavellianism. It's not about being evil. It's about being effective. While you are playing checkers, they are playing a game of psychological chess that started 3 months ago. The silent architect never reveals their true intention. Never. They use a technique called the Trojan horse. They offer you a gift, a favor, a bit of gossip. It seems harmless. It seems kind. But inside that gift is a tracker. They are measuring how you react. They are seeing where your loyalties lie. They use triangulation. They tell you that person A said something bad about you, and then they go to person A and tell them the same thing about you. Now you and person A are fighting, and who is the only person you both trust? The architect. They stay clean while you get dirty. Think about your workplace. Think about your family. Is there someone who always seems to be in the middle of the drama, but never gets blamed for it? That's your architect. They are using your emotions as fuel for their engine. Core 3. The emotional surgeon, psychopathic detachment. This one is the coldest. And honestly, it's the one you're most afraid of. We call it functional psychopathy. Now, I'm not talking about a monster in a movie. I'm talking about the person who can turn their emotions off like a light switch. Most people are paralyzed by empathy. You see someone cry, and you feel bad. You see someone fail, and you want to help. The emotional surgeon sees your pain and sees an opening. They use cognitive empathy. They don't feel what you feel, but they understand it perfectly. It's like a mechanic looking at an engine. They know which wire to pull to make you scream and which button to press to make you purr. They are the ones who can break up with you and go get a steak 10 minutes later. They are the ones who can fire 100 people and not lose a minute of sleep. Why do you need to know this? Because you have been trying to appeal to the heart of people who don't use their hearts to make decisions. You are bringing a knife to a gunfight. If you want to survive, you have to learn to find your own switch. You have to learn that sometimes the most authentic thing you can do is to be cold, to protect your peace, to say no and feel absolutely nothing about it. Core 4. The Puppet Master, the Gaslight Core. This is the most dark of the cores. It's psychological erosion. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling like you were going crazy? Like you knew what happened, but somehow by the end of the talk, it was all your fault. The Puppet Master doesn't change your mind. They change your memory. They use the fog. They drop tiny seeds of doubt. Are you sure you remember that correctly? You've been so stressed lately, maybe you're just tired. I never said that. You must have misheard me. They do it slowly. Over months. Over years. Until you don't trust your own brain. And once you don't trust yourself, you have to trust them. You become a ghost in your own life, waiting for them to tell you what is real. Listen to me very carefully. If you feel like you are constantly apologizing for things you didn't do, you are being eroded. The value bomb, the 0-point strategy. You've been listening to me describe these 4 shadows. And you're probably thinking, how do I stop them? Or maybe in that secret part of your soul, you're thinking, how do I use them? Here is the treasure. The insight that no one else will tell you. The secret to power is not in being a narcissist, a Machiavellian, a psychopath, or a gaslighter. The secret is the 0 point. The 0 point is the ability to see all 4 cores in yourself. You have a shadow. You have the capacity to manipulate. You have the capacity to be cold. You have the capacity to be selfish. Most people spend their whole lives trying to hide their shadow. They pretend to be good. And because they pretend, they are weak. They are predictable. But you're going to stop pretending. When you accept that you have these dark traits, you stop being a victim to them. You can see the narcissist coming because you recognize the narcissism in yourself. You can see the architect's plan because you know how you would plan it. You become dangerous to the dangerous. The transformation, your psychological weapon. I want to give you something to take with you. A shift in your DNA. From this moment on, I want you to adopt the observer's cloak. When someone interacts with you, especially someone who makes you feel that itch of discomfort, I want you to stop being a participant. Step back in your mind. Imagine you are a scientist watching a bug in a jar. Don't react. Don't get angry. Don't defend yourself. If they try to gaslight you, just watch them do it. Think, look at how they are trying to shift the blame. Interesting. If they try to love bomb you, think, look at that intensity. They are trying to build a debt. When you observe, you cannot be manipulated. Manipulation requires your emotional participation. When you pull your emotions back, the strings go limp. The puppet master has nothing to pull. Your final act. We are reaching the end of this private talk. But it's not really the end. It's the beginning of your awakening. I want you to do 2 things right now to lock this in. First, look at your hands. Open them and close them. This is the only thing in this world you truly control. Your actions. Your reactions. Your silence. Second, I want you to go to the comments below. I don't want a long story. I want you to write a single number. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which of those cores did you recognize in your life today? Which one hit you the hardest in your chest? By typing that number, you are pulling that shadow out into the light. You are saying, I see you. And you no longer have power over me. Do it now. Don't wait for later. Later is where dreams go to die. You are no longer ordinary. You are no longer blind. You are awake. And remember, the world is full of people playing a game they don't understand. But you? You finally know the rules. I'll be here when you're ready for the next level. Stay authentic. Stay wise. Look at me one last time. You've got this. Go.